Welcome again to this amazing Grand Prix. Today, as we can see, in the 5 day of competition, we have better meteorology conditions. We have more wind than the last 2 days, better cloud conditions, we have few cumulus and a lot of thermals. So the pilots are gonna enjoy the race a lot. It's gonna be a shorter race than yesterday because the points are closer, and as we can see, they are flying at some of those at 190 kilometers per hour. I'm gonna name right now the points. The races start at Borao like yesterday. After Borao, they will fly to Castejón de Sos. After Castejón de Sos, they have to cross Borda Bisaltico, then Fiscal, and they will finish on the reporting point, finish north between Somanes and that mountain Angustias, and after that they will overfly Santa Cilia and land here. And well, we will see what happens today, who wins.
Hola a todos, estamos en el 6º día de competición y hoy como novedad vamos a ver la salida de parrilla. Y hoy como novedad vamos a ver la parrilla de salida desde arriba. Good.
Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la tâche d'aujourd'hui?
Ça a l'air joli, les nuages vers l'est là, donc je pense que ça va être très sympa comme circuit.
Ok, parfait.
Je pense que ça va être meilleur qu'hier, donc
J'espère, sûr.
j'espère, ouais.
Ok, a toutes. ¿Qué
Muy bien.
piensas de la tarea de hoy?
Bien, yo creo que será muy parecido al día de ayer, con algún ciclo con menos energía, pero tiene buena pinta. Seguro que nos divertimos.
Eso espero. Venga, chao.
Hasta ahora.
Pues muy bonita, yo creo que es muy democrática, es la primera vez que le ha gustado a todos los competidores. El día que nos vamos más lejos, vamos a ver las montañas altas, la nieve, el areto, el posés, o sea que vamos a disfrutar, y si se puede ir rápido, pues rápido.
¿Qué pasa, Serge? ¿Qué opinas de la tarea de hoy?
La tarea va a ser interesante, mucho más alto que otros días, térmicas fuertes. Va a ser divertido, más fácil para los buenos veleros.
Vale, como el tuyo.
Interesante, y vamos más lejos hoy, me gusta.
It's a beautiful day, it's going to be amazing, I think.
Okay, it's longer as the past days.
Longer task, a few jumps, few long jumps especially for me long, but I hope it's going to be fine.
Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la tâche d'aujourd'hui?
I think it'll be great because we had great sailings than the days before, longer task,
Okay.
and I hope it will be great.
Okay, thank you.
I hope.
I think it looks great. I mean, look at the cumulus over there. It's a high cloud-based,
Not here,
strong.
but in the east, I think it's okay.
I think the first glide from the start to the first climb might be tricky, but after that, it looks great.
Good morning and welcome to the 5th day of competition. Pilots just starting, crossing the start line in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second. Here they go. So 5th day of championship here in Sailplane Grand Prix Santa Cilia de Jaca 2024. Here with us is Klaus Kalmbach. So Klaus, how was the flight?
Oh, today it was the flight very great. So the first leg we fly the direct way and we was nearly the front group, most of them same time at the turning point. And then I was flying north of Odessa, the other one south of Odessa. And the first half of this leg was, I don't know how to tell in English, amazing. It was wonderful. I was in front, I was higher, I was alone. And the second half, no clouds.
Yes.
High mountains on the left, lee side, and I did not know what to do. And I had to come to the other side, struggled there a little. And so I was short after the others at the next turn point. And the luck was finally I did something different on the short before the last turn point and at the final glide. And it was I think the better way. And so I can catch up.
Okay.
And hopefully I have no penalties at the line. I'm not sure because we were both going a little under the limit.
Yes.
Hopefully inside the tolerance, but not sure.
Okay. So, but very good conditions today.
Very good conditions.
Here we are with Kevin Ford. So, Kevin, how was the day today?
It was great. Good sailings, good tamars, and right task on the mountains. Lot of strategy about the airspace in Odessa, so we had to be higher to cross the airspace and don't get penalties. Sorry. And it was great to have a good leg on the second point.
Yes.
It was fast with Max, and John was a little bit lower. He catch up with us, and after the final glide, was great.
Okay.
And I enjoy a lot.
Okay.
It was fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the last day of competition here in Sailplane Grand Prix 2024 Santa Cilia. So the planes just cross the the start line. They have a maximum altitude of 2,300 meters, and the start time was 2 hours 50 minutes. So there they go. We must remind that apart from the maximum altitude passing the start line, they have a maximum speed of 170 kilometers per hour with a margin, with a tolerance of 10 kilometers per hour. And there they are. They crossed and they are going to the third step, and then for sure to the main ridge. And well, before they arrive to the first thermal, we will take a look at the positions of yesterday. So yesterday, race number 5. In third position, Maximilian Seitz. Third position for Kevin Four. And the winner was Klaus Kalmbach from Germany, flying GS3. Okay. So after this 5th day, that's the overall score. We must remember that there are 2 places for the finals, so the 2 best pilots go to the finals. Third position is Klaus Kalmbach with 29 points. In front of him, 7 points, John Gatfield from UK flying AS33. And only 2 points from him is Kevin Four flying Ventus 2A, 38 points. And at the lead is Maximilian Seitz, GS3 15 meters jet with 45 points. And you can see that Maximilian has had 3 wins in a row, the first 3 races. The 4th was for John and the 5th was for Klaus. So for today, there were, as always, two tasks. And the last days always there was the task A was flown, but today we will see why it was changed to task B, which is this one. So this passed from 208 kilometers to 200. So you say the difference is not big, but just look at how the task was a square. And the problem was that at the south, it was expected for the thermals to be softer, and especially the cloud base to be really, really low. So let's take a look. So look what would happen at 4. So at the north is 3,000 meters, but at the south, look at my mouse where the southern leg should be 2,100, even 1,700. So it was a little bit not comfortable. So finally, task B, that is this one, and you can see the yo-yo flying the first and second leg over the main ridge, and after that they jump to the south through Jacetania Valley and to the finish line. Okay. This is the task. And at this moment, this is the situation of all the pilots. Charlie Tango is you can see back, but all day they had some issues with his systems. So here they are, and we go back to the rendering system. Look at how they are following the ridge. Look how they are not climbing. They are not going to the main ridge and following the ridge, and it seems they stopped to climb. There they are. So we will see if it's good enough or not. So Bravo Whiskey and Bravo Mike, they just made a turn and kept on through the first leg. We must say that the first leg is 52 kilometers to the east to La Era de Satue. and it will go through this third step of the main ridge. So let's take a look at the general situation. So that's the general view of the task. They passed the start and went to the north, to the higher mountain, to the higher terrain, and they are going eastwards, then completely westwards to Echo in a 67 kilometers leg, then southeast to Isun de Bassa, and then to through the Jacetania Valley to the finish. Okay, and there they are. So that's the situation. Most of the gliders stopped to climb, while Bravo Mike, Bravo Whiskey, and Yankee Oscar, they left and went their own path. So the main group divided into two, with 7 Alpha and Juliet 7 Ayala Trulov a little bit more to the north, while most of this group went a little bit to the south. There are about 7 or 8 gliders there. Climbing through between 2.5 and 2.5 kilometers per hour, meters per second, sorry. This is the rate of climb. And after they leave the thermal, they just, push. They go faster to pass as fast as they can the sink that usually surrounds the thermal, the climbing air. And this is the situation to the first point. At the lead Sergio Lesey with just half kilometer in front of the main group, and after them in line the rest of them. So that's the view from the airplane of Mateusz Kruczynski, the Polish pilot flying Tango Fox, an SZD from 55. And in front of him seems that some pilots stopped to climb. There are. You can take a look also at the data in real time at the instruments at the cockpit of Mati. We call him Mati. To the left, you can see the strong, the big ridge of Collarada. And okay, I think they are. Mati also stopped to climb. Let's take a look. There they are, climbing between 2.5 to more than 4 meters per second. So it's a good thermal. As you have seen, the pilots went jumping from thermal to thermal. They always look for the best one. And this is pretty better than the previous one. Okay, fantastic, good climb. We will see which altitude they arrive. And especially we must also say, we want to show you why the task was changed. So here is the reason. So apart from the conditions at the south being softer, there are 2 lines of high clouds of cirrus coming from southwest, and well, that's why the start wasn't delayed more, even though all the pilots had time enough to climb much higher than the 2,300 meters. And even the task is not long. There was this danger of these clouds arriving and not killing but softening the quality of the thermal. So that's why the task was changed, and also the start time wasn't delayed. There they are, climbing more than 3,000 meters. In the meantime, Juliet 7, Ayala Trulov, is going through the main ridge. It seems that it works. Look at her variometer. It seems that it's working. It seems that, like yesterday, it's possible that most of the pilots just take a climb at the third step and then deviate to the north. We will see. So Ayala just passed Peña Collarada and is arriving to Punta Retona. And let's take a look at the altitude comparing with the rest of the gliders. So there she is. And we see a comparison of Ayala with a pilot flying in the thermal. Now it seems Ayala stopped to climb close to Peña Telera. It's just the mountain about 2,700 meters before they cross the Viescas Valley. We will see if he keeps on churning or not. So she is 2,700 meters, while the main group is climbing to more than 3,300 meters. Hello. The race is on with the weather that seems like yesterday or even a little bit better. So this is Ahmed Prats talking to all of you, trying to explain as good as I can all what's happening in the race. And so we are going to see how is the weather at this moment. So let's take a look. This is a photo from the airfield. You can see still one or two gliders to be towed up half an hour before, and you can see pretty nice cumulus really cut at the base. So it seems there's a lot of energy there, and we will see how they are performing. So they are traveling between 180, 170 kilometers per hour. And they are about between 3,000 and 2,700 meters. So this is the point of view from Wojciech Domensky. He's flying a little bit north of the main group. In front of him is India Romeo and Sierra Stanislav. There they go. Group deviating into two. Papa Echo and Juliet 7 were going to the main ridge, while some pilots stopped to climb in the third step. We can see there 7 Alpha and Sierra. So most of the gliders are going to join them. We will take a look at the strength of this thermal. Now you can see the situation here. So Bravo Whiskey went alone in a southern way. Following him is Yankee Oscar and India Romeo. Why are making this big deviation? Because at the north there was that main ridge, and now they must avoid entering the forbidden space of Ordesa North. Okay. Following them is Echo X-Ray, Pablo Bispe, Sierra Stanislav, and Papa Echo Wojciech. There they are. So this is the group that stopped to climb at the back of the race. Tango Fox, Mateusz Kruczynski. Mateusz unfortunately had some issues with his with the battery of his glider yesterday. So, but bravo for Matthew, because he was able to complete the task. And a little bit to the south is 85 Maximilian size climbing alone. Good thermal, seems a little bit better than the northern one. And it's very interesting to see because you know there are two places for the finals. So at overall score, Maximilian is 45 points, while Kevin is 38, pretty close by John, 36. So apart from the main race, there's a race between Kevin and John. So always follow India Romeo and Yankee Oscar. And also, we must say that today there's a bonus, an extra point. So the winner will have a point more than the usual 10. Should there be 9 pilots or more that made the task. So it will be very interesting. So here you have the pilots. This is the view from Carlos González de Herrero flying an ASW27. Going to the first point. Yesterday Carlos with his ASW27 made a great flight. He made 5th with a glider that has not so good performance like Ventus 3 or GS3, which especially at higher speeds have better performance. They don't sink so much as 27. And there he is, following the group. And okay, they stop to climb. Bravo Mai, Miguel Monedero, and 85 Max. I don't know if they stopped to climb or they just followed the thermal. And in front of him, Stanislav and India Romeo. they stop to climb. Let's take a look at the altitude. So yes, 2,900 meters. India Romeo 3,100. Seems a good thermal there. So let's see the general view. At the lead is Yankee Oscar, John Gatfield, followed by Echo X-Ray, Paulo Bispe, and then the group of India Romeo 85 and Papa Echo. So always we will take a special look at the difference between India Romeo and Yankee Oscar. Because you can see Yankee Oscar is at the lead at 2,900 meters, while India Romeo is about 2 kilometers after him, but about 200 meters higher. So always remember that the pilot at the lead is that not the pilot who could win, because has less energy if he's lower than the pilots following him. Back to the race. There they go. They are taking this southern route. And we will take a look at how the race it is. This is the yo-yo we talk about. So these are the conditions, but it's very important. This is the convergence expected at 2:30, and this is the convergence 1 hour later. So it's interesting that the convergence is going to decrease. So it's possible that it doesn't work so good as yesterday. So this is the first leg. Most of them, they are not going through the main ridge, but through the lower with the black dotted line. Okay, so this is the second leg. They could go to the main ridge or through the third step. Okay, so the big detour is the yellow line, while the route without less detour is the black line. But anyway, I think they will climb one moment or another to the main ridge, even maybe only in the middle, in the second ridge, but we will see. So the third leg is from Echo to Isun de Basa. And then they will have a final glide of 36 kilometers, okay? Back again live. This is a view from at the zone of Ordesa. You can see nice clouds with high altitude ceilings, and especially look at how they are cut at the base. So it usually means that there's a lot of energy there. And also look at how they are not completely white but gray, even a little bit darker. So it usually means there's strong, nice conditions. Okay, they are passing the first point of l'Area de Satué, and from there they are turning to the west in a route something like 290 degrees to the northwest. And well, we will see. So this is the real situation. Although we don't see him at the rendering system. Yankee Oscar is at the lead. Yankee Oscar has 2,000, almost 600 meters, and following him with the same altitude is India Romeo, Kevin Furr, and with him is Maximilian Saiz, that, remember, he's at the lead of the championship. So the same altitude. So now the distance between them is the real difference in when we talk about energy. So very, very interesting. And following them is Bravo Whiskey with Sergio Lesey, Papa Echo with Wojciech, and Echo Israel Pablo Bispe. Okay, passing the first point, you can see like how the leading pilots are going really fast. 200, 250 meters. It means that in front of them there are very, very good conditions. And now they are going to the north to follow the convergence that for sure is there. Okay, to the second point, look at the distance. Remember, there's this leg is 67 kilometers, so they just made the first point, while Bravo Whiskey, Sergio Lesey, is deviating to the south. This morning we were talking with Sergio, having a coffee, and he was explaining us how after the start line, the first thermal, you have to be very careful. So always looking out and moving your neck all around, because you know, in a competition or in normal thermaling, you can find many gliders, but usually with different altitudes. So the thing here is, when you pass the start line to go to the first thermal, and you can find 14 gliders in maybe 100, 200 meters of difference in altitude. So you have to be very, very careful. And in fact, some pilots, they just pass this first thermal and they just avoid it and want to go for themselves alone, okay? So there they are, Stanislav, Max and Kevin climbing, good thermal, 5.54, nice climb, good climb. I mean, we were talking also with Serge. We were discussing how the conditions were comparing with yesterday, and was similar, but a little bit better, we think, especially not at the cloud ceilings, at the base of the clouds, but how the thermals, how powerful the thermals were. Okay, and there they are, climbing really fast. Let's take a look at the altitude. So the conditions, we can confirm the conditions are very, very good. So the pilots are going fast between thermals in their glides, from thermal to thermal, and we will see if they go to the third step or they go to the main ridge to the north. I think like Quecho is close to the main ridge. I think after or before they will go to the main ridge. Okay. So Max and Kevin, they are still climbing, while it seems that Wojciech and Sierra, the two Polish pilots, the other one is Mati, they are leaving. And it's possible you can see this kind of game that one pilot leaves the thermal and finds something's better, maybe just 1 kilometer from there, and then all the gliders leave the thermal and go to the better one. And that's what in this conversation we had with Sergio yesterday, he took a thermal after the main group one, and it was 4 meters per second, and all the group went for him. And almost saying, Sergio, no, it's mine. Okay, they let the thermal, they go on the glide pretty fast. And we are going to take a view also to the general situation, because remember at this moment we don't have John in view at the system. So here they are, Bravo Whiskey, as we said, taking a southern route. He's not going to the main ridge. He's 2,200 meters. Echo Israel is at the lead. Bravo for Pablo with his 24. Pablo is a fantastic pilot. He flies very well. And he has flown many times here. And after them, chasing them, are two groups. The one we were seeing at the rendering system with Wojciech, Stanislav, Max, and Kevin, and another group following them, formed by 70 Bravo Mike 7 Alpha, 3 Spanish pilots, and Tango Fox, the third Polish pilot. Okay, they stopped to climb at the south of Ordesa Canyon. Look at this. They are passing the Sierra de los Cazadores, Senda de los Cazadores, sorry. And look, these two groups. So to the north is the Ordesa and Monte Perdido National Park. Remember, something that was very important in some days. North part is forbidden, south part, south area has a minimum altitude 2,100 meters, so you have a fix there, it's all landed. And let's take a comparison of how fast they are climbing. So there they are, and I think is similar. It's not a big difference. Maybe at the moment the group south with Ayala and Carlos climbing a little bit better, but I think there's not a lot of difference. look at how the leading group at the moment, well, it's divided, but the pilots that are going together like a group, they went to the main ridge. There they are, and look at the speed. They are going pretty fast, and we will take a look at. I think they are not sinking too much. We will see. So they are 3,000 meters, and they are relying on the ridge. At the moment, they passed Pico Tendeñera, which is 2,800 meters, and to the east is Peña de Otal, 2,700 also. So look at how they are climbing. Look at that. It's fantastic. Look at, they are climbing, going more than 230 kilometers. So that's a perfect moment, a perfect situation where you can see how they are going fast without going down. So there's a lot of energy of the wind crashing against the ridge and going upwards, and then they pass the gliders and they take this energy, okay? Because there's air rising up, so you pass over it and you don't sink a lot, and maybe you even you climb, okay? So this is a general situation, and here you can see also the whole altitudes between one and another. So at the moment Tango Fox is the lower one, but he's with Eco Xer. I think he will catch some thermals. Matthews Kruzinski has already done some competitions here, past year and this year, and so at taking the main ridge, Yankee Oscar with John Gatfield, and closely followed by India Romeo, Kevin Ford, and Sierra Stanislav Biela, and Max pretty close to them. And following them, the same ridge through the main ridge is 7 Alpha, that is Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos is just entering the first ridge through Peña Otal, and also after him is Ayala True Love, Juliet 7. And okay, interesting. The difference between Yankee Oscar and India Romeo. So they are at the same distance, going almost parallel, and they have the same altitude. So now they are going completely parallel. So remember that Kevin Ford is 2 points ahead of John. So if John doesn't win, if he wins, he could take the second overall position, but if not, John would have to have another pilot to be in between Kevin and him. Okay, so it's a very interesting situation. So back to the race, pilots going pretty fast, more than 200 kilometers per hour, flying between 3,000 and 2,400 meters. And at the moment they are going to cross Peña Telera, which is 2,700 meters, and Peña Retona and Collarada. Okay, these ridges are not in a perfect shape made. Sorry for my English, is not the best. I hope you understand. So we try to explain the best we can. So they have some ups and downs, some peaks to the north, other to the south. So it's not the best to have a continuous ridge, but the good thing is they act like triggers that they jump, or they take this rising air coming from the rocky hidden mountains up. Okay, So now they stop to climb. Max, Kevin and Stanislav, good thermals between 3 and 4.5 meters per second. We will see if other pilots will join them. So look at the main reach we were talking about. Coming from the first main reach is Papa Echo 7 Alpha and Juliet 7. I think there's some distance between them, so I don't think they will catch them. Okay, they leave the thermal. I don't. Maybe it wasn't good enough because they Kevin and Max, they are leaving only with 2,700 meters, while Stanislav stays there. Stanislav, I think, has good thermal. We will see if he continues by himself or leaves the thermal to go with the group. I think he's leaving. So now we should see also the gliders going pretty fast. There they are, between 180 and more than 200 kilometers per hour. Fantastic view. So there they are, more than 200 kilometers per hour, and then we go to the Villanueva and Canfranc Valley to pass to Nazapal and Pico Tortillas. So take a look, because this is the mountain we were talking about. This is Collarada. In front of you, it's like a small castle tower, and from our experience, usually it works pretty well. But the thing is, you must be closer to the altitude, to the maximum altitude of 2,880 meters. If you are lower, usually it doesn't work. Okay, so coming from behind is Stanislav. Stanislav is 100 meters lower. We will see if he's able, with the energy from this ridge, is able to catch them. We will see. Very interesting. And from there, they will jump to the other big ridge. With Punta Madalena and 2,000 meters, okay? We will see if they take the main ridge or go south to Echo. So Kevin stopped to climb, also Max and Stanislav. So this is a general view of the race. Remember, we don't see at the moment had news from Yankee Oscar, and remember also the daily issues with Klaus data, so he should be also there. And this is the general situation. So in the back of the race, Carlos Gonzalez stopped to climb. Maybe Ayala will join him, and also Mati. So let's take a difference So Carlos is about 300 meters higher than Ayala, while Mateusz Kruczynski is 2,200. He's lower. I don't know if at that position, I don't know if Matt is high enough to arrive to the thermal. If he's lower and there's the terrain in the middle, he could not take that one. We will see. And also coming to them is is Golf Victor, that is Jose Antonio Blanco with his Discus, and Bravo Mike Miguel Monedero with his ASW20. Okay, so it seems that Ayala overpassed Carlos. He's following the ridge while Carlos stopped to climb. Look at that. And I think, yes, Ayala, look at how he's not going very fast because he's taking advantage of this energy uprising from the mountain. So at this moment, you don't run too much because you want to stay as much time as possible into that zone of rising curve. Okay, the thing is, it depends on the kind of glider. So, for example, with I don't know, Kia A6 or Libel or Thirrus, you should go maybe 90-100 kilometers per hour. With these gliders, you must go faster, because apart from it, if you arrive to the sinking air, it's possible that to accelerate, at the moment you accelerate, try to go out of the sinking air as soon as you can, then you lose a lot of energy. Okay, you need a lot of energy to accelerate this maybe 450 kilos from maybe 100 kilometers per hour to 160. Okay, and now look, Ayala is crossing faster because there won't be any rising curve. So Bravo Mike also coming from the back. And we go back to the leading group. Okay. Okay, there they are. And we will take a look at their situations and altitude. So John is with the leading group with Max, Stanislav, and Kevin. And Bravo Whiskey, who is Serge Leclerc. Look at the pink line. Serge came from southern route with less deviation, but not so high. And now I think he's catching the group. It's a difference of almost no difference of altitude, so it's just a matter of distance. And where we would look at the point Hecho. So the question is in which with which deviation they will leave the ridge to turn to the left, to turn to the, instead of northwest but to the west. Okay. So look at how the group has the same altitude. John is with them, remember it, and we don't know if Klaus is with them or not. So going really fast. Okay, so very interesting to see what we're talking about. That lines that of Thirrus coming from the south, of high clouds coming from the south that are making some shadow over the terrain. So the terrain doesn't hit so much as it would be without these clouds. So it's interesting because the thermals should be softer. We will see how they manage this situation. In theory, it's only in this zone, not in the eastern zone, but we will take a look later. So there they are. I think they are already leaving the main ridge, turning southwest. Okay, sorry for this interruption. We wanted to show you how these lines of how clouds were affecting, and we can see the blue point is where the pilots are at this moment. So you can see how these lines are arriving. So I think they will affect the thermal strength ratio. Okay, so very interesting to see it. And in the meantime, the leading group already made the second point of Echo. There they are. So Yankee Oscar, John Gatfield with 85, and Bravo Whiskey, Sierra and India Romeo. All of them passed the second point. So now they are going to the third point, Isun de Basa, which is 44 kilometers from this point. Now the pilot seems they are stopping. I think they will stop to climb. Let's take a look at their rate of climbing. Anyway, the pilots coming from the east, Ayala and Carlos Gonzalez seem to be 500 meters higher. So now they are going to cross with the first group. Carlos is taking the main ridge, and they will cross. So Carlos Gonzalez and Ayala still have to make this second point, while the main group, Sergio, Kevin, Yankee Oscar with John, Sergio and Max, they are going to the third, and these are their altitudes. There they are. That you can see the how they are moving following the ridge. You can see very clearly. So look at Stanislav making some roundabouts, some rounds, and also Kevin and Max. It seems that Miguel Monedero stopped to climb, while the main group they left. So is the situation? They are not following the main ridge. They are jumping to the third step. So here we can see Yankee Oscar with 85 and India Romeo, pretty close. So at the moment, John is 2,400 meters, and Kevin is only 100 meters lower, while Max is at the same altitude. So I think they are marking each other. This is the main group. Stanislav also arriving. He's joining the group. He's 200 meters lower, but he's joined the group to catch the same thermal. So I think they can use the theater gliders to mark the best portion, the best part of the thermals, to when to open and when to close the circle. Okay. So at the moment they stop to climb, and let's take a look at the theoretical arrival height. So they still have altitude to arrive. So we can see how the high clouds are developing, and apart from the high clouds, there are some cumulus that are spreading out, so they are covering the sun. So this is the view you have to the west, to the point where they made Echo, and this is the view to the east. So to the north, still nice clouds, but it seems like, if not drying, the less heating is making that less clouds appear, and also some lines. It's not general, it's only some areas, but anyway, it will affect the sun heating of the ground. Okay. So that's the goal arrival height. They are going fast. Remember, they are crossing the valley, and Bravo Whiskey is in front of them. Bravo Whiskey, but a little bit lower. He's 2,000 meters. Let's take a look at their altitudes comparing. There they are. The thing is, if this slope will work for a surge being so low, we will see. Now the three pilots are entering the ridge zone. Look at the variometer and look at how, without stopping, maybe they stop for climbing, of course, they are climbing. Okay. So Bravo Whiskey Sergio SA with his SH29 is going on. Doesn't think he was climbing. There's a difference of about 300-400 meters between them. Okay. So that's the view from Sallent de Gallego. You can see camera away from a ski station. You can see how to the right, nice cumulus, nice shape, but to the left, higher clouds spreading and shadowing the sun. That will be very important. The good thing is they haven't arrived before, because most of the pilots have already done half of the task. Okay. So there they are. Look at how they are not falling. So let's take a look at their goal arrival height. Not very far from zero, and at zero in theory they could make a final light. Of course, there are some decisions. If you find a very good thermal, you stop there. The problem is, if you find a good thermal and you are already very high, the speed you have to go to burn this energy, it's in a place of the polar curve where it goes down very, very fast. Okay. So this is the situation. Okay, general view. Bravo Whiskey Sergio SA, 2,100 meters. Let's see if he finds a thermal. Maybe he's going to the same place where he climbed before. And chasing him, this group of four, Yankee Oscar with John Gatfield, about 150 meters higher. India Romeo with Kevin, 85 with Max, and Sierra with Stanislav. So that's the view of the group. So the main group just cut Bravo Whiskey, Sergio Lesey. Especially look at the altitude. So they have the same altitude. They are all four, Kevin, John, Max, and Stanislav in 100 meters. That's pretty close. That's fantastic. Taking into account that maybe you are climbing at a medium, of course it changes a lot from one day to another and also from 1 hour to another. Let's put 2 meters per second, so it should be about 50 seconds. I think Stanislas recovered some of the distance, and we will see if he's able to get this the whole difference of 100 meters he has to go with them on the final glide. Okay. So there they are turning. So I think Bravo Whiskey, Sergio Lesey left. He's lower than the others. And let's take a look at the distance they have. So remember, Yankee Oscar is with them. Very important. And it should be interesting, but we don't know at the moment, to know where is Charlie Tango, where is Klaus Kalmbach, the yesterday's winner. So Bravo Whiskey, I think he's moving a little bit. He's looking for the best spot over the ridge. And then we can compare how fast they are climbing. So there is Bravo Whiskey, Sergio Lesey, and climbing pretty nice. So now there's a difference of 200 meters. We could not tell you at the moment which thermal is the best. If Bravo Whiskey 1 or of the Northern Route 1, I don't know. So we have to take a look at the difference between them. 200 meters with Stanislav and Max, and maybe 100 meters more with Kevin. So in the meantime, Carlos Gonzalez, following the main ridge, is trying to arrive to this main group. So I think there's a difference of about 7 kilometers between them. And let's take a look also at their altitudes. So I think 7 Alpha, it has the same altitude like the leading group, maybe 50 meters more, but the 4 pilots are climbing, and we will see if when he arrives. I don't think so. They are still turning. I don't think so. It's still a little bit far from there. But Carlos is climbing, following the ridge. Not too much. He's also not going slow, 160 kilometers per hour. So there's the difference of 5-6 kilometers per hour. And meanwhile, the group is leaving for the third point. while Sergio, let's say, stays still, keeps on climbing. We will see if he's able to catch them. Stanislav now has the same altitude than Kevin and Max, so it seems that this thermal was good for Stanislav. So maybe he's effectively catching in terms of energy. So always remember Yankee Oscar is there, and we don't know at the moment if Charlie Tango is also with them or not. Okay. So Max stopped to climb, also Kevin, also Stanislav. And we go one moment to see the general situation. So look, interesting, Pablo Bispe has gone through the southern route. Pablo has an altitude 1,800 meters, is low, so huge difference with the leading group. And Carlos Gonzalez is following the main ridge. It's a big interesting move. He's making the big detour. He's doing what 2 days ago did Kevin Ford, that he go to the Peña to the end of the last ridge, and then made a big detour of maybe 45 degrees or more. And in the meantime, you can see the leading group. So they left Sergio Lesey behind. Let's take a look at his altitude, 2,600 meters. And the leading group is wing to wing. I think it's only a difference of 100 meters. So 2,400 for Max, the same for India Romeo, the same for Yankee Oscar, the United Kingdom pilot, and Stanislav definitely joined them. So very nice to see it. Okay, so there go. The four pilots following the ridge to Isun de Bassa. So there's a distance of only 2 kilometers maximum between this leading group of four, and we will see if they take the same path to Isun de Bassa. I don't know, maybe, well, they are pretty close to make a deviation. It would not have sent, just in case there's between them and the turning point, there's a huge, nice cumulus. We will see what happens. So they are arriving to the third point, Isun de Bassa, and we will show you how is it and how they are going to make the final glide, the point number 4, which is finish north, and reporting point, and from there to the finish. Okay, here they are. So they are coming from the northern mountains, higher ones, to turn Isun de Bassa, which is pretty close to Sabiñánigo, and Oturia mountain is the one you can see to the right. You can see the cliffs perfectly marked. And especially at this hour and till 2 hours later, it works very well. Sometimes there's a huge conversion. You can see these two valleys, and there's some conversions. Okay, and from there, they have a distance from this point. They have 36 kilometers left. So we will see if they go straight line. Some pilots were telling us that coming from the east. In different days, they tried going through the middle of the valley, going through the northern ridge, going through the southern ridge, and it didn't. There wasn't a huge difference to decide which side to go. Also, because I think there wasn't enough breeze, there wasn't enough wind for the ridge to work, okay? So making the point, at the lead 85, Maximilian, closely followed by India Romeo, Sierra and Yankee Oscar. And we will make a small comparison of the altitudes. Very interesting. Remember we were talking about the energy. Just some seconds. We will take a look, and they are almost. They will arrive in maybe 30 hours or less, 30 minutes or less. Okay. Okay, this is the situation. 36 kilometers left. Not a lot of altitude of difference between them. Bravo Whiskey is higher, but Bravo Whiskey, I think, I don't know if he has made the point at the moment. I don't think so, because he was back of the main group. So 400 meters higher, but still about 6 kilometers to do, the difference to the main group. So Stanislav is taking the lead. 2,000 meters, followed by India Romeo, Kevin, Yankee Oscar going to the south, little bit to the south to follow the southern ridge, and 85 and India Romeo, sorry, because you know there are some delays in some seconds. Okay, they just passed the third point. Bravo Whiskey is also going to do it. And they are on the glide. They are on final glide. Okay, there they are. Climbing, cruising really fast between 180 and 200 kilometers per hour. And here they are. All of them are going to the final reach. Remember, Yankee Oscar is with them. We don't know also Klaus is with them or not. But anyway, there they are. Going to the third ridge, to the southern ridge, sorry. Okay, and also you can see the distance. Wow, they are all three, no, but all four in 1 kilometer. I don't think there's a big difference of altitude between them. Let's take a look. No, they are in 100 meters. Really, really nice. Speeding 24 kilometers to finish. And to see the situation, here you can see the situation. Taking different paths, but only some meters between them. So Stanislav to the north, Max in the middle, and to the south is Yankee Oscar with India Romeo. They are marking each other. They are fighting for the second place, fighting for this second ticket to the final. So very, very nice to see them. Now we will see how they will rely. They are passing over Peñarol. There should be some energy, some reach, because there's some wind coming from the south. So now is, remember, Yankee Oscar is with India Romeo. Look at that, climbing 2 meters per second, while they are 200 kilometers cruising. Fantastic, very nice. Meantime, 85 Max is a little bit to the north, going through the northern path of the ridge, and also Stanislav 240 kilometers per hour, cruising through the middle of the valley. Okay, there they are. India Romeo is passing Peñarol. Now all the gliders going really fast. This is the view from Stanislav. You can see Max to the left of his wing. So they are pretty close. There they are. And so this is the situation. At the lead, Stanislav with 85. And the second race into this race is to the south. Yankee Oscar and India Romeo pretty close. So that's the same altitude, similar speed. And through the middle of the valley, straight line is Bravo Whiskey coming from behind. So Yankee Oscar and India Romeo make this a small detour to the south, marking themselves, trying to find the energy coming from the Peñarol mountains. There they are, but Kevin and John's race was not to win the day, but to win each other. Okay, and so Max and Stanislav arriving to the reporting point. Speeding 200 kilometers, so look at that. There's almost no difference between Max and Stanislav. Look at the distance to goal, 100 meters between them. Pretty nice. So that's the view from Stanislav cockpit. In front is Max. In front of him, they are passing the reporting point. There they are. And now they will turn to the left to the finish point. Very nice, very nice. So turning left, and from there only 4 kilometers left. So the question is who will win. For sure, they will arrive at the limit of 1,000 meters, even using the tolerance of 10 meters they have. So we will see. It's important also to know that after that there's always a scoring procedure to know who will win. So I think Stanislav is catching Max. Look at that. 200 meters. Who will win? Pretty close, pretty close. Look at that. So I think Max now is decelerating so he has no penalty. While Stanislav is accelerating. Who will win? Oh, what a nice finish. Fantastic. 200, 300 meters between them. Cruising pretty fast. And well, it seems that Max is going to win. It seems that Max is going to win 200 meters, arriving to the limit of 1,000 meters over sea level. Okay, Max first, Stanislav second, and back to the other race today. So how is India Romeo and Yankee Oscar? So I think that India Romeo, Kevin Ford left John before. In the meantime, you can see the first Max and Stanislav gliders landing. Okay. So Kevin arriving to the finish line. And after him, in fourth position, Yankee Oscar, John Gatfield. Okay. And in fifth position, I think is Sergio Lesey. There is Sergio arriving. So here he comes Klaus. So Klaus always appears at the 10 last kilometers of the race. There they go. Who will be the fifth? So Max and Bravo Whiskey, Sergio Lesey. Wing to wing, look at that, fantastic race, fantastic view of that. So this is the view from Klaus Kalmbach glider. There you can see the speed, the instruments, the indications, and to the little bit higher, and in front of him is Sergio Lesey. I don't know who will win. I think Sergio will win Klaus Kalmbach. Okay, passing him after the Finnish group. Okay. So back to the general view. Ayala is arriving now, and after her is 7-0 with Papa Echo, and also from the south 7 Alpha with Carlos Gonzalez. Okay. So Ayala is going for the reporting point. Pero me pones la cámara mía, o sea, mi cara. Okay, so this is the sixth and last day of competition. We want to thank you, Brian Asprelli, Benjamin Neglé, Claire Elliott, Sebastián, Alexander, Antoine, and Ángel Casado. And also here at the airfield, Sergio Conrado, great job with broadcasting videos and photos. Also David Mayer and Luis Ferreira, and of course Íñigo. Adolfo, Paula, Fernando, and Yago for showing today. And also to Sergi Pujol and Rosa Pasquet from the Aeroclub Barcelona Sabadell for letting us use the whole championship, the system and software. So this has been the Sailplane Grand Prix 2024 Santa Cilia de Jaca, Spain. Thank you for following us. And in a few minutes you will have the scoring from today. Okay, see you in next Sailplane Grand Prix.